We're going to start with the daycare crash that is making news nationwide. This is the new mugshot of Robert Corchado, taken shortly after he arrived at the Orange County Jail late this afternoon. Here's what we know almost exactly 24 hours after the manhunt for him started. We know Corchado turned himself in at the jail. We learned he does have ties to a gang, the Latin Kings. The other big story, the emotional story of the victims, including 4-year-old Lily Quintus. There's the video that we received of her today. Evan Lambert will have more on her in just a moment, and we also have some video of her mother who spoke to CBS. But Sean Chiabat is at the jail. Corchado is now booked, right, Sean?
Yes, that's correct, Lauren. The jail actually just sent me this affidavit warrant for Robert Corchado's arrest. This is what he was met with when he walked himself here into the booking and release center at 4:12 today to turn himself in. Now take a look. Again, this is his latest mugshot. He was officially booked into the Orange County Jail as an inmate at 4:34 this afternoon. It came after intense media and law enforcement pressure for his arrest. Now he has now been charged on that warrant for leaving the scene of a deadly crash, and he is being held on a $100,000 bond. We know that a bondsman has been contacted for him, but I've actually just checked with the jail here, and we now know that Corchado is not going to be leaving here anytime soon. In fact, he is going to have to stay here in jail overnight, at least until his first appearance tomorrow morning at 8:30. That is when he will see a judge. The reason for this is because he was on a detainer because he was out on bond for a previous case in Seminole County. Now, tomorrow in that court proceeding, the judge could decide to revoke his bond entirely. But again, that proceeding is going to be streamed live online, and that'll be our first good look at Robert Corchado. Lauren.
All right. Well, the questions that we have tonight will continue about this man and why he ran. We'll continue to follow that from the jail. Thank you very much, Sean. Your child on a stretcher being rushed to the hospital. It's an image that most parents can't bear to see. Tonight, we do know many of them remain in the hospital. One child is still in critical condition. But one child died there at the KinderCare. Lily Quintus. Lily's mother, Nicole, showed incredible bravery today. She stepped outside of her home and she spoke to a CBS News reporter, Vicente Arenas, about the moment that she learned what happened and her daughter.
It's not something that you expect. So, you know, you get a call from a teacher screaming that a car just ran through your daughter's school and that you need to come there as soon as you can. It's not good. And I had just picked up my 7-year-old from school, so he was in the car with me. And he got to see all of that, which was horrible. So no, we're not good.
Describe to me a little bit about your daughter. What was she like? I saw a picture of her.
Well, so she was beautiful.
Yeah.
She was very intense. She had to have her way no matter what. She wore the pants in this house. But she made people fall in love with her. Anyone who met her fell in love with her. And that's what everyone is going to remember.
Incredible that she came out and spoke to us today, and the grief that they must be feeling. Evan, you've been speaking to Nicole Quintus all day long. What else can you tell us about what the family is going through?
Well, Lauren, you just heard what she had to say there, but family friends, people connected to this daycare are also remembering Lily here. We just watched as a woman walked up with her baby and brought that bouquet of flowers there on the end, a tribute to a vivacious little girl.
She was a very sweet little girl. She always came to say hi. She was always smiling.
The mom of a classmate of 4-year-old Lily Quintus describes the vivacious toddler seen here in home videos her family has shared with Local 6. Fighting back tears, Lily's mom told me off camera her daughter was inside this KinderCare having a snack when a car rear-ended by a hit-and-run driver crashed through these now boarded-up classrooms. Lily died in the accident. Christina Carday's son was inside too. He ended up in the hospital hit by a table during the crash, but doctors released him last night with only superficial injuries.
He described his friend getting hit in the stomach with a table. He said he saw his friends underneath the car.
This mom says her daughter was sick yesterday and stayed home from daycare.
That was her class. She would have been right next to all of them.
Meanwhile, co-workers of Lily's dad, who's a Groveland firefighter, are collecting donations to help with her funeral. Friends and family are posting on the donation site. One donor writes, "My heart is breaking for you. I will keep you in our prayers. God bless your sweet girl." Back out here live, those donations, the goal for the donations was $10,000, and I just checked, and that website has raised more than double, more than $20,000 for the family. Lauren?
Of course, we'll put that website on all of our Facebook pages so you can find it. Evan, back to Lily's mother, Nicole Quintus, in the pain of her own loss, she's still worried about the other kids who had to witness this. What are the other parents telling you about how they're talking about what the kids had to see happen to their classmates?
Well, Lauren, a lot of them told us today that they haven't had the conversation with their children about what happened to Lily. They're focusing on the other classmates that are in the hospital and are improving, according to the reports we've been getting all day. And obviously that's going to be a tough conversation for any parent to have with the child. Lauren?
I know. All right. Evan, thank you very much. All right, let's get back to the investigation now. We do know that the man they believe is responsible for this, Corchado, turned himself in today. But this is a very important investigation. A child has died, many people injured. Kristen Giannis is live at the Florida Highway Patrol headquarters. What are they saying today about what happened before Corchado turned himself in?
Well, Lauren, I'm told that troopers are actually at the jail now. They're trying to speak with him to figure out what exactly happened, what he was doing before he turned himself in. Troopers tell me they're absolutely elated that he did the right thing and surrendered. They feel he really had no choice because of all of the pressure, all of the attention this case has received from nationwide. Take a listen.
I really don't think he had anywhere to go. We were nationwide with his name. Everybody knew who he was and was looking for him. I think parents and anybody who had anything to do with this case it's a heartfelt case and they were upset. So he knew the best thing for him to do was to turn himself in.
And again, troopers tell me they want to find out exactly what Corchado was doing since he left the scene of the crash yesterday. Did he take that rental car out of town and then come back? These are questions they hope to answer. Lauren?
All right, Kristen, thank you very much. We did talk a little bit about the new information that we had today, information about Corchado. Here's another look at the latest mugshot that we received. But there are also pictures online right now on clickorlando.com and more information as to how you can help the family of the victims here. Just go to Click Orlando and you'll find it under our top stories.